Every day is cake day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And here she is just, she's pushing people out of the way. As you can see in the background, people are like, holy.
Then you're wrong, but it'll help if you.
I mean, I don't eat like this, okay? I don't eat like this because I don't want to get like that. These are two women, all right, who have lipoedema. I just looked, this is 5 years ago on her blog, I just looked in the mirror and finally realized that I was tired of being overweight and she's out of control. This guy in the background is like, what the heck is going on here? She's 4 years younger than me, and is she gonna make 40? Is she gonna make it to 40? That is the question, right? Hey, free woman. I'm Freelee, welcome back to the Frugivore channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that now. Click the bell icon if you actually want to watch my videos. So it is early in the morning here, but we're going to do a video on glitter and lasers. Her real name is Anna Obrien. She has over 6 million followers on TikTok. She's a TikTok ambassador, whatever that is. And I've never heard of her. I had never heard of her until I started researching this body positivity movement on TikTok. And she's a huge proponent of this health at every size and body positivity, love yourself and fat acceptance, all of that stuff, which I have a huge problem with. And I did make a video about it previously, and I'll put a link in the description below. And actually a bit of an update. One of the women in that video tried to get my video down, saying that I was bullying her and stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm just speaking the truth. I'm just giving the facts, okay? And so that brings me to Anna, actually. And Anna has a reputation for taking down people's videos, even just people sharing their opinion, not hating or anything like that.
At the end of the day, I define who I am. I define what I put out in the world. People's reactions to my gifts are out of my control, so why worry about them? These are the hypocritical words of someone who has just taken down one of my videos. So you guys, if you pay attention to any of my videos, you know who GlitterAndLazers is, Anna Obrien, who is responsible for taking down my second channel a few months back. Well, she just got, not even an hour ago, one of my videos taken down.
She wants to stop the conversation. She wants to stop people talking about the dangers of what she's promoting online. And we need to speak about that because she is over 400 pounds. She's 36 years old, she's 4 years younger than me, and she weighs over 400 pounds. Obviously, that's not healthy, that's not beautiful, that's not okay. Okay, this is dangerous, and we need to speak about the effect of what she is doing on the rest of the population, what it is promoting, what it is advocating for, and how it's not okay. So it's lucky that you're actually watching this video because Anna might be trying to take it down right now. So share it around, share this message around. We need to be speaking about this. All right, so let's get into it. But before you do, make sure you give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you don't like it, you can do that, but just vote on the video if you want to see more of them. Okay, let's go and let's meet Anna Obrien.
People always ask me, how are you so confident? Tell me how to be more confident. Let me tell you a little secret. I don't give a crap what anyone has to say about me.
Really?
If you know me and love me, you're on team me. And if you don't, I don't care about you.
Okay, that face, like there's so much acting in these TikToks, which you're gonna see soon. I'm gonna react to them. There's so much overacting, it's painful. But look, she's just paying lip services. I don't care what you think about me, but you do, Anna, or you wouldn't try to get everybody's videos down who try to actually respond to what you're putting out online. People just trying to, counteract this dangerous movement. So you do care. So stop paying lip service to it, all right? So let's move on here. This is a TikTok that she just put up recently, actually. Let's see what she says here. Okay, so she's saying, this is what everyone says to me. You're fat, cow, eat a salad, all of these things. And she's like, she's got the sad vibes on.
I don't care what they say, I'm in love with you.
But you're not in love with you. You're not in love with you. You don't love or respect your body. You essentially hate it. That's how bad you are treating your body. You are disfiguring it through what you're putting in your mouth. You don't love it, you don't care for it, and it shows. You're over 400 pounds. And I'm not saying that, she can't enjoy herself and have fun and stuff like that, or people with her weight can't enjoy themselves. But when you're advocating online for a dangerous movement and you're saying, this is okay, and I love myself, and you should love yourself at this weight, that's dangerous, okay? People need to get real. They need to get uncomfortable with where they're at, not complacent. She's teaching complacency, okay? This isn't love. People don't love themselves at that weight ever. They do get complacent though, and then obviously they die prematurely. And actually, sadly, Anna's mum and her sister died at a young age as a result of obesity-related illness. And she's going the same way, obviously. Okay, so the next one, how trolls think plus size people act. Honey, you're not plus size. You are morbidly obese. You have one foot in the grave. Like, this is so delusional of her to call herself plus size, whatever that is, really. I mean, this is probably quite accurate. That's a lot of what people her size are doing. That's why they got to the size they are, but definitely eating more than corn chips. So there's truth in this. Okay. All right. So she's making out that like she is just like, no, I'm just like ripping it up. People don't know. I'm not just sitting around eating a whole lot and getting huge. I'm just like ripping it up, like I'm just like a fashionista and I feel amazing. I'm so confident in myself. It's just acting. There is so much acting going on. Acting. Here's another one.
They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my thighs were too thick. Every day is cake day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, you heard her. Every day is cake day. Every day, and I believe it. 100%, I believe you, Anna, and every day is cake day. Okay, so the next one, like she's got this whole sad face. She's drenched in the victim mentality right now. You can just see it. You might see me as just fat. And assume I am lazy and eat too much. It's not that you're eating too much. You're eating from the wrong calories. If you ate cruelty-free, just packed it in, the weight would melt. It would begin to melt off you, okay? And I'm not saying you're lazy. I mean, like, I don't know how much she moves, but obviously she's not moving enough. Even if she shows herself moving like she does a lot in the TikToks, like she seems to be like really energetic, but these TikToks are like 10 seconds. Anyone can act that for 10 seconds. So I have lipedema. It's like, this is who I am. This is my identity. And it can be called lipoedema, which is basically lipo is like lipids, like fat, and edema, which is accumulation. So she basically has this fat accumulation in her cells under her skin. That's basically what it is, okay, if you want to break it down. It causes abnormal weight gain in my thighs, butt, arms, and more. How convenient, okay? So it's not anything to do with your diet. It's nothing to do with that. Just it's out of her control. You know, you can see her face. She's like, poor me. Like, and this is where, like, I can't stand this victim mentality. I'm just like, I just want to squash it completely because it is so disempowering. It's keeping people where they're at, like where she's at, because they're like, I can't do anything. It's because it is brought about by a poor diet and lifestyle, and it's your fault, okay? It's not you have some condition that you can't control. You know, it just irritates me. I hate this victim mentality. Oh, it's a progressive disorder. Look at her face. It's a progressive disorder. That means it only gets worse over time. Yeah, especially if you continue eating crap, okay? And you're gonna see that's what she's doing. It's just progressive fat. Okay, and like I say, you're not fat. It's not your identity. You have fat, but this is what's happening. She's just gaining and gaining fat. She is pushing the fat, the animal fat that she's eating, into the cell. She's feeding her cells. She's feeding this condition. She's not starving this condition, which is just diet and lifestyle. You know, it's fat gain as a result. This fat can't be lost through diet and exercise, only expensive and painful surgery. Come on. Just stop. Honestly, these excuses, hiding behind this condition is just, it's so pathetic. Take some responsibility. Soon you're going to see how much crap she's eating and why she's the size that she is. Fat cells, they don't actually leave the body, but you can expand them by pushing in the fat. The animal fat basically is like the largest, the biggest problem when it comes to expanding your fat cells, or you can shrink them if you take it away. All right, and you're going to see in a moment 2 women who have done that, and they have the same condition as she does. And she's like, this fat can't be lost. Sure, the cells can't be taken away unless you have surgery, but you can shrink like normal fat cells. You can expand and shrink the cell and become bigger or smaller, depending on your diet and lifestyle. Oh, this whole love heart thing. I mean, like, seriously, how fake is this? She doesn't care. She's just an actress. She's an actress appointed by Tik Tok. She's not loving anyone or anything like that. And especially when she's trying to take down everyone's videos who have just the slightest opinion on what she's doing. Okay, so these are 2 women, all right, who have lipoedema. You can see here, this girl obviously had an issue beforehand, and that was diet and lifestyle related as well. Sure, she might have a propensity to gain weight on her lower body like that. Okay, some people do, some people don't. But you can see she lost a whole lot of it. She lost a whole lot of weight. And this woman, 10 months of low-fat, whole food, plant-based healing. In spite of having 3 fat disorders, lipedema, or it's lipoedema, lymphedema and Derkham's disease, that are progressive in how large they can make a person appear and have zero to do with calorie intake or exercise, I have managed in the past 10 months to do this. So obviously you're not going to get bigger and bigger and bigger forever, and you can't do anything about it. Yes, you can. And these women have proven that, okay? This one is on low-fat, whole food, plant-based healing, like what I recommend, okay? So let's move on here. What's she been eating? Okay, why is she this size? And she, freely puts it on her TikTok. Let's check it out. Okay, so this enabler, this woman is bringing out this slab of dead animal that has been glazed in, sweet stuff. It's ribs. Like, she's bringing out these ribs to this morbidly obese woman who's over 400 pounds, who has 1 foot in the grave. Okay, look at that. Look, this is an animal's ribs. Feel your own ribs for a second, okay? That's what these people are eating. This was a pig's ribs. It blows my mind that people want to suck on the ribs of animals and slurp on it. It's disgusting. Oh, there's some corn, thank goodness, but it's probably saturated in butter. Look, and they're all happy, and it's just so much acting. There's so much acting going on, isn't there? There's so much smiles and, all this happiness, and everything is fine and everything is joyous and no one's unhealthy and sick. And look, there she is sitting in front of it. Like, she's kind of proud that this is the way she's eating. And she said that thanks to the amazing dinner, best meal ever. Obviously, she's not doing what it takes to get healthy, to get fit, to lose weight. She's hiding behind this condition of lipoedema. Okay, so you can see that is pretty obvious here. Okay, this is her with her dad. They're at some food market. Okay, you can see what she's buying here. She's buying cupcakes, animal, solidified bovine secretion laden cupcakes. What do you think that's going to do for a waistline? And there's meat. Look at all this meat, cured meats, and I don't eat like this ever, okay? That's why I don't look like her. If I ate like this, yes, I would be huge myself, okay? But I eat fruits and vegetables, okay? I'm a fruit and veggie eater, and that's why I'm slim, and that's why I've lost over 40 pounds on this lifestyle, because I eat well and I'm eating consciously, and I don't want to destroy my health, and I don't want to destroy my body. I do respect my body. I wouldn't say I love my body. It's quite a narcissistic thing. I respect my body. Okay, love is just like a useless thing. Respect, respect it enough to feed it nourishing foods that don't cause disease and illness, like these are the foods that are going to actually bring you health and a healthy weight as well, which is important. And I recommend that Anna gets on this lifestyle for sure, or at least a high carb cooked vegan lifestyle, and she's gonna do great because she can eat as much as she cares for.
There is an alternative. You can live a healthy, happy, abundant life without starving yourself. It's all about eating tons and tons of fruit, getting in those veggies as well, but focusing on the fruit, focusing on the carbs, eating as much as you want. About a little over a year ago, I weighed 30 pounds heavier, and I was struggling with an eating disorder and depression. I was just desperate to find a way out. I was researching online, how to fix my situation, how to improve it, and I stumbled upon Freelee the Banana Girl. There's no limitation in this diet. There's no lack. There's just an abundance of as much as you can eat. I'm so happy. I would never go back. High carb vegan at least is going to be the way that I eat for the rest of my life.
And if you want to check out my books, definitely check out the link in the description below. I have the ebooks, you can download them instantly, or these are physical books that you can get on Amazon. This is the best lifestyle there is because you can eat unlimited. Okay, so she's at this market and you can see, a whole lot of cured meats and all that. And what else? Oh, look, she looks kind of awkward around the fruit, right? She looks kind of like out of place around the fruit. She's kind of like just holding this token capsicum pepper, just like, Does she buy it though?
Nope.
They just show it, don't they? They just show the fruit. Didn't show her buying anything, but did show her dad, I think, buying some meat and her buying cupcakes. So that's great, isn't it? Yeah, a great example to the audience. All right, here's another one. Okay, so she has here chicken wings. Okay, she has a dead bird fried wings here. Very, very slimming, healthy food, right? And she's doing some sort of acting thing here, but this is probably how it does really go. She's scary. Like, to me, she's scary. Okay, so as you can see there, she is, yeah, whatever. It's a weird TikTok video, but it just shows that she's eating rubbish. And that's why she is the size she is. Okay, and now here's another one. And she's got this heavy chocolate biscuit here. Yeah, there we go. 4 encapsulated snot rockets. She has the hensies there. She has the eggs. And she's all smiley. She's like, yeah. There's so much like fakeness in these videos. It really irritates me because the reality behind this, the way it's going to be for her to live, is going to be very painful. It's going to be no smiles. Sure, you can smile for like a 10-second TikTok, but she's going to have a lot of pain and suffering and, blisters and stuff under flaps of skin and the threat of amputation. And she's probably already diabetic. Like these issues are not things that we should be smiling about. I want to see her medication cabinet, Anna. I want to see the doctor's visits. Why doesn't she take us on a doctor's visit one time? And show us the reality behind being this size rather than glamorizing obesity, because that we know is unhealthy and it's just destroying the human species, basically. She's really excited about that oil, isn't she? And cake mix or something. Too much smiling, stop it. It's just so annoying. Ugh, no. Whoa, that was a ton of oil. That just looked like a cup of water going in. That was a ton of oil. Like, is it starting to like look, is it starting to be obvious why she is the size she is? Like, she's loving that. This is not how you should be eating. You should be packing in the fruits, the carbohydrates, rice, pasta, potatoes, not the animal fat. No. Did you see how professional she was with that piping bag? This woman has a lot of experience with baking, okay? She has a lot of experience. Look, she's like a pro, you know, like because she's been baking a lot and eating a lot. Sister, you shouldn't be eating this. You should be staying well away from this non-food. It's not food, okay? And filling up on the rice and the pasta and the potatoes and the low-fat foods, okay? And she can eat as much as she wants because the fiber content, you know, her microbiome must be just decimated. She must have biophilia. It's a fat-loving bacteria. She must just have it proliferating in her gut, and it can make you crave certain foods. Like, she really needs to change her diet or she's going to continue craving this crap. Okay, here she goes, baking again. All right, look how pro she is. This is evidence to me straight away that she's been eating a lot, making a lot of this food and eating a lot. Yeah, she's a pro. Sister, it's not lipedema. It's not lipedema. It's not lipoedema. No, it's just called eating the wrong diet. There you go again. Get donuts. She's onto the donuts. Like, so much fat in this. So much fat in this. I mean, she can go to cruelty-free donuts. It's going to be better, but it's still not the food that she needs to be filling up on because it's not going to really satisfy her. No, Anna, what are you doing? And then she's like, yeah, I'm so happy. I love being this size. And yeah, everybody should join me. We know it's a lie. Yeah, and apparently she is actually a big drinker. She smokes. And she's obviously eating a ton of junk food. And like I said before, she lost her mother and a sister. And it's heartbreaking that she's going down that same path and she's staying the weight she is. She's being celebrated for being that weight. You can see in the comments, there's all these death enablers who are just like, you go, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. It's like, ill health is not gorgeous, okay? The results of disease, of a way of eating that has, you know, destroyed and disfigured your organism, your body, that's not beautiful, that's not gorgeous, okay? This is a very serious problem. And who knows how long she has left? And these people are just like, you do you go for it. Those people make me sick. They don't care, they're enablers, they're all about themselves, and they're just... It's just this kind of like culture that's coming up more and more where people are like it's almost like they're standing, like she's going towards the cliff. She's like walking towards the cliff and they're like, yeah, go, go, go. They're like cheering her off the cliff. You know what I mean? It's sick. Okay, now, you know, she's just like making fun of it too. Like she's in a bakery and she's like, oh yum, I want these. Yeah. She's out of control. This guy in the background is like, what the heck is going on here? Like she can't control herself around these snacks, meals, whatever, like crap. And she's like, yeah, everything's fun. This is awesome. And she's wearing this orange skirt. Maybe eat some oranges or some peaches. I'm not sure. Stone fruit. Maybe do that. There she is again, eating a whole lot of rubbish. And here she is just, she's pushing people out of the way. As you can see in the background, people are like, holy heck, you know, just like, let me get out of the way, sister. She's just like running people over, getting this junk food. In the background, you can see them moving. They're scared because she is just like acting like crazy around junk food. How to make a Dole Whip at home. And so she's doing a lot of sponsorship, a lot of advertising. Like I said, she's getting a lot of money for being this size. So it's not encouraging her to change how she is. You know, people are just encouraging her to stay the same, and companies are like, here, have all this money. You know, you can get like 20 grand for a TikTok. So she's getting rewarded, but she's not happy. Okay, she's not happy. Actually, in an old blog that she put up, I'm going to put a quote in here from an old blog. So this is a quote from her blog, which has been deleted, but the Wayback Machine can find these things. And, you know, just to prove that she is acting in these TikToks, and this isn't how she truly feels about being this weight. This is not it at all. This is just this dangerous fake narrative, okay? This is lies. And what she says here, I just looked, this is 5 years ago on her blog, I just looked in the mirror and finally realized that I was tired. I was tired of being overweight and battle royaling of other chubby stylistas for the 5 cute outfits that existed in my size. I was sick of feeling trapped in my body. I was done with being overweight. That realization didn't come from some magical cure all day. So look, you know, she's obviously not happy. You know, this is what she said 5 years ago, but she deleted this whole blog, so you're not going to find that unless you go on the Wayback Machine. But yeah, this is denial. Okay, how to make a Dole Whip at home. Okay, pineapple juice, good. Frozen, look, 1 big scoop of ice cream. Why do you have to do that? And see, you can see the cow on here. She's advertising this brand as well. It's like when there's so many dairy-free, pus-free options, cruelty-free options, why would you go for this when it's just going to go to your gut, go to your butt, go to wherever you're going to gain weight where you don't want it? Why would you do that when there's so many options? You know, that's just unacceptable. And then, you know, you go back to her being like, I've got this progressive disorder. No one knows about it. You know, nothing can be done. I can't lose weight. Bullshit. Okay, bullshit. Okay, here's another one.
Around the campfire and sing our campfire song. RCA.
More advertising, more advertising. She is just promoting consumption, like this overconsumption, this consumption of crap. It's disgusting. It's not I mean, I don't eat like this, okay? I don't eat like this because I don't want to get like that. That's how it is, you know, like that's part of the reason. I don't want to get like that. I want to feel good. I want to live a long, healthy, pain-free life. I don't want to live a short, painful life, which is what she's experiencing now. She's 4 years younger than me, and is she going to make 40? Is she going to make it to 40? That is the question, right? Okay, so, and here she is advertising Oreo cookies. Just like actress, like you can tell she's just full acting. No standards, no standards. And then this next one, they're standing in front of this place, hot dogs, fries, and drinks. Oh, great. You know, like, you know, why are they doing that? It's like they're making fun of, they're just glamorizing. They're glamorizing eating crap, okay? Glamorizing eating crap. They're saying it's okay, don't worry about it. Just everybody jump off the cliff together, get obese, get morbidly obese. It doesn't matter, it is fun. This is how you do it, and let's just make fun of it. And like I said, she's like the queen of consumption. I mean, she's a queen of dancing on the spot, okay? When it comes to like physical output, she can dance on the spot on TikTok for 10, 20 seconds and she can look really energetic. But she probably almost kills herself doing that, okay? Because she's that size and her organs are under so much stress and her joints are under so much stress as well because, you know, the human skeletal frame is not meant to hold that much weight, of course. So things start to break down. She'll be in a wheelchair very soon, I would say. So you buy way too much makeup, okay? More advertising. I mean, like, it's not good. You know, and she even puts here, this is an ad. This is an ad here. And she is just advertising this overconsumption, you know, and any consumption of makeup. You know how I feel about it. You don't need to cover your true self in this chemical icing. Okay, your unique features are amazing. Okay, we need to see them. We don't need to hide them. That's what makes you you. Don't hide what makes you you, right? So she's just encouraging women to, you know, change who they are. Be someone else. Consume, you know, buy these products. Consume all this junk food. Buy these useless products. Destroy the planet. Destroy the lives of animals. So her whole message online is terrible. And you know, I talk about My Naked Lunchbox. I talk about makeup all throughout my Naked Lunchbox and why you don't need it and why many women are waking up to the fact that it is just chemical icing that you don't want to put on your delicate skin. Okay, you don't want to put it on there. And I talk all about that in My Naked Lunchbox, but her message is bad. You know how I feel about this? She is definitely putting out a terrible message. It must be stopped. With something like around 70% of Americans and Australians are overweight or obese, the problem's getting worse and worse and worse. And we need to speak up against it and guide these people back to health and back to a healthy weight. And the only way that we can do that is have this conversation and not have people like Anna Obrien try and stop this conversation, which is of utmost importance. It's something like over 1,200 people in America, I believe, are dying every single day from obesity-related illness. Every single day. Like, obviously, this isn't okay, right? We need to speak up before the species completely wipes itself out through eating crap. So, Anna, wake up. You're obviously in denial, you're lying to yourself, you're putting out a dangerous message, you're saying to other people that this is fun, morbid obesity is fun, and look how energetic I am, and you're not showing the true reality of being this size and the pain. And, you know, I would love to see your doctor's visits. Take us on a doctor's visit, okay? And let's see what he has to say about the size you are and the risk factors that you are, you know, facing. I would love to see that. This is not love. This is not respect for your body. This is the opposite, okay? And putting this out to the public like it is a good thing and you should kind of join us and this is fun and this is sick and cruel and it must stop, okay? And I'm willing to coach you. I'm willing to coach you on Raw Till 4. Let me know, okay? Because I want to help you get out of this situation. But the thing is, Anna wouldn't probably take me up on this because she's getting a whole lot of praise, a whole lot of money for being like this. And that is probably priority in her life right now. But you know, money doesn't matter when you're dead, does it? It doesn't matter. You know, like, wouldn't you rather have a pain-free life rather than a painful, cashed-up life? Like, to me, it is an obvious choice to go with a pain-free existence. Anyway, that is my video. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will see you next video. This must stop.